Hey cultivator, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to share 6 practical tips and mindset shifts that you can start to adopt into your job search today if you're feeling discouraged. Now, I know we all as job seekers have well-intended family and friends that may be asking for updates, and it's coming from a good place, but I know it could be really discouraging each time you have to tell them, yeah, it's not going anywhere. It's not tracking as quickly as I would like. That being said, I also want to just share a quick perspective that our careers are really a marathon rather than a sprint. However, I do know that practicing patience is often easier said than done. So let's dive into these 6 tools that you can actually start to implement today and really help you overcome any of the discouragement that you might be feeling along this process. So let's dive in. Alright, so tip number 1 is to zoom out of your job search, because I know oftentimes it's really easy to be so narrowed in on a situation that feels lesser than ideal. However, I just want you to look at this timeline right here and really ask yourself, where are you in age right now? My sense is that you have a lot of decades left in your career, if not years to come, and so these next few weeks or months are just a small blip on that timeline. So again, I know it's easier said than done when we really just want to change right now, like today, we want something to change. However, again, going back to this marathon rather than a sprint, there's a lot of time left in your career to figure things out. One of my favorite quotes by Tony Robbins is that most people overestimate what they can accomplish in 1 year, but they underestimate what they can accomplish in 3 to 5 years. So what does this look like or mean? Well, if you knew where you were going to be, say 3 years from now, your current situation wouldn't have that much of an impact or effect, because you know that you're ultimately still going to get to your destination. The bigger the goals you have, the smaller weight you put on each failure or rejection or mistake that you make, because as you zoom out, you start to recognize that there's a lot of ways to get to where you want to be. It doesn't have to be like this very one day or this very 1 hour or second that is the driver of your ultimate destination. So I hope that gives you perspective, and just remind yourself on this timeline how many more years you have to work towards your goals in life. Alright, so tip number 2 is a friendly reminder that everything you're experiencing is only temporary. It means that you're not going to be underemployed forever. It means that you're not going to be unemployed forever. Right now it might feel that way, but just know that you have every control and every action that you can take to prevent that from happening. So what does this mean in job search terms? Well, if you have been applying online to countless jobs and only getting a few interviews, I want you to ask yourself objectively, what is no longer working? What can I be doing instead, right? And conversely, what is working really well right now? What is yielding me great results? And what can I be doing more of? So I want to share that I have so many job seekers who come to me and they feel really hopeless in their job search by the time they reach out. They had been job searching for more than 3 months, really getting very little interviews, and or if they did get a lot of interviews, they weren't getting the offers. So when they started to reach out to me, we would take a look objectively, what's working, what's not working, if your resume is not yielding really great results, what can we do differently about your resume? Or what is it that you need to orient yourself towards instead? And where are those people hanging out so that we can get you in front of the right people as quickly as possible? There's a strategy behind everything, but it really requires you to look at things objectively and know that if you don't want this to be your permanent result, why not try to do something a little bit differently and just measuring what your results are? Because I promise you, everything is temporary, and I believe all of my clients who have been job searching for many months to sometimes years, and then joining my program and finding jobs sometimes within weeks to months, is evidence that you can get different results if you try different things. Alright, so tip number 3 is a fun one, which is all about expressing gratitude for everything that you have in your present moment. Because I know in job seeking, it's easy to get caught up on all of the things that are going wrong or all of the things that are missing. But I just want to give you the perspective that things could always be worse, right? So, what is it that you're grateful for? How can you really start to operate from this level of expression and focusing on all of the things that you're grateful for? Because whatever you call into your attention is what you get more of, right? So, in my coaching programs, I always have exercises that I start my clients off with each week that get them thinking about the things that they love and that they're grateful for. And it's really amazing. It could be like very small things such as I'm grateful for my fingers, I'm grateful for my hair, I'm grateful for having the ability to have internet connection. I'm grateful for LinkedIn to be able to contact anybody. I'm grateful for my positivity. I'm grateful for the ability to communicate. I'm grateful for the fact that I have internet connection and clean water and clean air. There's so many things to be grateful for. The more we can focus on those things, the less we fixate on all of the negative things that are happening. And I promise you, just like laws of gravity, laws of attraction are going to continue giving you what you focus on. So again, like attracts like. If you focus on the positive, you're going to yield more positive results and welcome positive opportunities into your life. If you are a skeptic about all of this, I just want you to try practicing just 21 days of expressing gratitude and see how that shifts your energy and the way that you view your current situation. All right, and tip number 4, I'm going to encourage you to really visualize your future. So going back to how we overestimate what we can accomplish in 1 year, we often underestimate what we can accomplish in 3 to 5 years. I really want you to focus on this future version of you. Really visualize, if I were to live this amazing life, what would that look like? What would I be dressed like? What would I be thinking and feeling? The more you can operate from that level and really visualize it and imagine it, that's the beautiful part of us being humans, is that we have all of the tools to start imagining and creating this vision. And once we know what we want, we can really align ourselves and use that as a compass to move into action to do those things that are going to get us there. So visualization is a really powerful tool, and it's a really great way to recognize that, you know what, my current reality is this. However, I know that I can get to where I want to be here. And it could be really motivating just knowing that there's a possibility of you living this magnificent life and that your current state, again, is only temporary. You're here right now, but you don't always have to be there. Just like planning a dentist visit 6 months out, you can plan yourself in a role, an environment, a company, a position that you really love and are challenged in. Really get clear on what that looks like and don't lose sight of that, because you can always reverse engineer and work your way backwards to putting in the required steps that will get you there. All right, and tip number 5, I want to encourage you to sprinkle in guilt-free self-love and self-care. I have a lot of clients I attract that are really heart-centered professionals. And what I mean by this is they're really accustomed to putting everybody else in front of them rather than focusing on themselves. And they feel really guilty when they start to do things just for themselves. But I want to give that reminder that if you are not taking care of yourself, you can't take care of anyone else, right? And I also want to share that job searching 24/7 is not humanly possible. So really focus on what is going to lift your energy, what's going to re-energize you, what's going to allow you to have balance and calm and joy and happiness, because the more you feel this, the more you attract that into your life. I want you to just make a list of the things that you wish you could do, and they don't have to be extravagant or expensive. It's as simple as, maybe I want to go on a hike today, or I want to go to yoga class, or cook myself a nice dinner. Make your list and let me know in the comments down below what you're going to be doing to practice more self-care and self-love into your daily routine. In my final tip, I want to encourage you to find your people. You do not have to job search alone. This does not have to be an isolating process whatsoever. There are so many people out there who are experiencing something very similar to what you're experiencing now. So finding a community where you can openly share and be vulnerable about your concerns and your situation is really important, so that you can go through this process of feeling like you're supported rather than just harboring all of your emotions emotions inside. I will share that there are a ton of resources out there to find like-minded people. You can find them through your similar identity, your similar professional, through your similar hobbies. Meetup is a great one. There's tons of Facebook groups, including my own Facebook group called Cultivate Your Career, which I'll link down below if you want to join. There's over 3,000 corporate professionals in there who are willing to give advice and feedback and support and guidance through this interview and job search process. So know that you do not have to go at it alone. In all of my job searching programs, I also have a group element to it. And it's been really awesome to see amazing people come together and help one another, expand their networks for one another, really share, hey, this has resonated with me. I wonder if it's helpful for you. There's so many ways to feel supported around this process. My hope is that you find your tribe of people wherever they are and you really connect yourself with them so that this doesn't feel like this never-ending roller coaster with just you sitting on that roller coaster alone. All right, so let me know in the comments below which tip you found the most helpful. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified when I release this video next week. And until then, I hope you continue to cultivate your career.